Hi everyone, Bill Rentschler in the 1011 Now streaming studio. It is Wednesday, that means it's Crime Stoppers Day, and we have the one and only Jared Minary from the Lincoln Police Department. Jared, this is my first day back after 2 weeks off.
You're going to be rusty?
I didn't know what my passwords were when I got in this morning, so if we have some technical difficulties getting through today's segment, it's on me and I apologize.
Right. I'll forgive you. Yeah.
Yes.
I probably won't see it anyway, so.
But holidays were good. Everything
Holidays
quiet.
were great. Yep.
Good. And I didn't see any humongous news items from any.
There were a couple little things here and there, but nothing absolutely major.
That's good.
So that I'm aware of. Let's put it that way.
Well, that's what we like. That's what we like to hear. That's what we like to see. So, 2024, starting off the new year, a couple of fresh crimes for everyone that we need some help solving. Do we want to start with Home Depot guy or storage locker guy?
Let's do Home Depot.
Home Depot guy? Okay. All right. So, this happened back
in October.
Early to mid-October.
Yep.
And we had a gentleman, possibly two gentlemen, with some sticky fingers. And so we'll start here with a yellow shirt guy.
So, actually, if you can go to the orange one, that's the first one.
This is the first one.
This is on October 12th, and this is out at the Home Depot 70th and Nebraska Parkway, or if you're old school, the old Highway 2, yeah. So back on October 12th, this guy came in, and he stole about $1,300 worth of tools from Home Depot. And there's quite a few, these are good constructionist type tools, so I was hoping that maybe somebody might have recognized where this kind of stuff ends up, because we got Milwaukee tools, which are usually pretty expensive, and when they're stealing that, they're usually trying to sell that somewhere, either pawn it or maybe go on Facebook Marketplace or something. So if you have anybody that's selling some weird circular saw, battery packs from Milwaukee, we got a ratchet tool set, a chainsaw kit from Teal Makita. We've got a couple of Carhartt jackets and pants that were stolen on that case. So basically, as you can see, he's in this orangish and Carharttish type jacket on this first time. And then 10 days later, he goes out to the Home Depot on North 27th Street. And in this case, that's when he's wearing this bright yellow shirt. We think he might actually be wearing a wig. We think this might actually be the same guy. It's obviously possible. It's not, and we're linking these two cases, but it looks very similar, let's put it that way. And it's a good possibility that's a wig. So in this case, he was doing the exact same kind of thing. He was stealing the same kind of high-end tools that would be good to resell at some point, but the loss prevention at this store recognized him from being a potential issue from previously and tried to stop him as he was trying to get out the store with a cart full of stuff. The guy ends up shoving the cart at this loss prevention guy and then running back into the store, and it kind of sounds like it was quite the chase, because the loss prevention guy just kind of jogged along behind him, and this guy is throwing things back at him and pushing things over, trying to block him, and he ends up getting out of the store and getting away. But we definitely have a blue Dodge pickup that was there that was waiting for him, and that pickup didn't have plates. There's not really much we can do with that, but maybe that rings a bell. You recognize this guy. It's somebody else that was driving, so maybe it's a friend of his or something, or maybe they were driving the truck for him. But that's just the link we're looking for. A blue Dodge pickup with this guy. Maybe two of these cases might be related.
And we can always point out, if you were the friend driving that pickup, you can turn your friend in.
Absolutely. Maybe this person wasn't involved in it, because that does happen. We'll have people that'll hey, can you just give me a ride to this store? And then when we end up finding who they are, we end up tracking it back to them. They're like, I had no idea they were stealing. They just asked me to take them there, or they paid me $5 to drive them to the store. So if this is your blue Dodge pickup and this guy basically asked you to drive you there, that'd be great to have a nice tip like that.
Yeah, if you got any of these, maybe a Christmas gift, one of these items. Maybe you need
to pay off some of your Christmas gifts with the Crime Stopper reward.
Yeah, you could do that. You absolutely could do that. And so it says in here around a $1,300 loss.
Yep, and that was for the first one.
That was for the first one. Obviously, nothing for the second one. But from all of our segments together, Jared, I have learned that is a felony level.
You're wrong.
Oh, what?
You're $200 shy.
Oh, man.
$1,500.
I thought it was
felony.
I thought it was $1,200.
You were close. Felony. You were close.
Dang it. Okay. Well, that's
you're rusty. You're rusty. You just got back.
It's been a couple of weeks. That is true. That is true. So yeah, again, Also,
But if you link in all the stuff he tried to steal on the second one, there's a possibility he could be at that felony level.
That is true.
They are related cases.
That is true. The first thing that kind of caught my eye, especially this yellow shirt, like if you're going to go in and steal stuff, you think you'd maybe try and dress a little less conspicuous, because the yellow shirt is kind of a dead giveaway. I have a pair of like neon yellow shorts, gym shorts that I wear sometimes, and Katie, my wife, is always like, "I'll never have trouble finding you in a crowd." And this shirt kind of reminds me of that.
But you have to remember, he's at Home Depot, and there's a lot of construction people there.
That's true.
And so he might actually blend in really well.
That is true. And the yellow wig there, or the blonde wig, what we think might be a wig.
Yeah.
So, but again, this picture, yellow shirt, also, again, we think maybe the same individual in this brown shirt.
And the hat looks like
well.
It's the same in both cases. That's one of the reasons we're thinking it's probably the
Ooh,
same
it does.
guy
I
as well.
didn't notice that.
Maybe
That
you
is...
recognize the hat as something you've seen somebody wearing that looks like that. So
yeah,
maybe that'll help key it in.
All right. Okay, and then crime number 2 is a little bit more recent. This was a burglary that happened just about 2 weeks ago, just before Christmas. Can you kind of take us through what we're watching in this video
So
right
basically,
here?
this is about 9 p.m., kind of in the neighborhood near Northwest 9th and West Cornhusker, and basically somebody just saw a bunch of flashlights going around in this storage unit area, and they ended up calling the police just to say, hey, there's something going on over there, maybe you want to check it out. They saw that they were throwing items into this dark-colored SUV, and in the end, what they had done is they broke in, they took a bunch of tools from a local flooring business, and overall, there were about $3,500 worth of tools that were taken. So we're looking for a lot of that flooring type of tools, so like flooring nailers, like compressors, anything you can think of this flooring machine that they might use to redo a floor. That's what was stolen in this case. Obviously, they had a couple other weird little things in there, like a sound system, which I'm guessing is, we're doing 2 floors, maybe you want to have some tunes. But that's the kind of stuff that was stolen in this case. Obviously, before the cops were able to get there, this car was gone. So we're just kind of looking to see if anybody can recognize this vehicle, maybe give us an idea of what this kind of SUV is and who might own it and where this stuff went. No great pictures of the people getting out of this vehicle, but you could tell there's more than one involved.
And from all of our segments together, I've learned that this is a felony level.
Oh, you are so good. You've really learned.
I am learning. I am learning. So yeah, that's a lot. And again, for this is not just it's stuff, but this is also stuff that people use for their livelihood too.
Yes, absolutely.
So double bad. So Jared, again, as always, can you kind of take us through what's the best way, if you do know something,
Sure.
to send in a tip?
So if you happen to be the driver of that truck and you want to get a tip, or you know who they are, there's several ways you can contact us. Obviously, you can always call the Lincoln Police Department at that number, 402-441-6000. That's a non-emergency number, so you're not calling 911. You can talk to an officer at that place, at that number, and that's where you can give the information directly to the police department if you want to go that way. If you're maybe worried because you were the driver of that pickup truck, or maybe you have some kind of connection to the suspects in these cases, you want to remain anonymous, you can call Crime Stoppers, and that is basically 3 different ways that you can contact them. The first one is the phone number, 402-475-3600, and that'll get you to basically a call taker that will just take your information and get that to the police department. We also have LincolnCrimeStoppers.com, and if you haven't been there, you should go there because there's lots of cool cases on there to see what Lincoln crime looks like right now. And you can see these cases and others that we're working on. And that's where you'll have a web tip form you can fill out to give us all that information. And that includes the ability to upload images or video that you might have caught in some of these cases. So maybe if you know some of these people and you have them on their Facebook page and you want to share some images of them with that fancy hat, that might be really helpful for us. Finally, of course, there's the app, and you can go on that P3 app, download that, and that will give you the same ability to upload pictures and videos. And it is a great way because then it's on your phone and you can actually have a communication with the people at the police department and still completely remain anonymous. They'll block all of that information from being shared in any way. The police department doesn't know who you are, but they can actually ask follow-up questions. So sometimes that can be really beneficial to us at the police department, is that somebody gives us a good tip, but maybe we have some more information. We want to ask a couple of questions, and maybe you knew it, but you didn't know that was something that would be important for us, and we can follow up with you and get some more information, and maybe that'll make your tip even better and be a better reward for you. Because the reward system, as we've talked about before, is based on how good your tip is. It is. It's several factors, actually. So first of all, obviously, you have to have The tip information of who this person is obviously the best thing, and the first come, first serve. So if you're the first person to get that name in, you'd be the first person to get the reward for that. If you're second, you don't get anything if it's the same information. However, if you come by and you say, hey, I know exactly where this person's at, or maybe they're where they're staying at, or where the stolen stuff is now located, maybe some further information, but you're the fifth caller, maybe that's new information in that tip, and you might still get a reward for that new
This person's in my car with me right now. I will be at the police station in 5 minutes.
That would be handy.
That would be handy. Just drop them right off at the front door. And again, you mentioned it, but I'll pull it up as always because it's always fun to look at. Again, this is the Crime Stoppers website, LincolnCrimeStoppers.com. Again, you see the 2 cases we talked about there. Right as the first 2, but again, there are plenty more on here, and there are some that have been on here for a while, and so we could always use help. So again, always a fun thing to kind of scroll through to see kind of what's going on, and sometimes you end up seeing some video and pictures of people who are just doing some really weird stuff.
And if you haven't been there in a few days, definitely scroll down through it, because we're adding easily a case to 5 cases a day, depending on the day. So it's constantly changing. So if you haven't been there in a week, you may have to scroll a ways just to see what all's new.
All right. Jared, anything else for everyone today?
I think we're doing good.
Awesome. All right. Well, again, if you know anything, again, Jared gave you all the information on how to leave a tip. Appreciate everyone for tuning in, for watching. As always, keep it tuned to 1011, both on air and online, for all the latest. Until next week, we'll see you next time.